What do you think happens after what appears to be this honeymoon phase with Brett Summer and Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz as that Midwestern dad? And then they face real questions of voters saying, hey, I can't afford my groceries like I used to. Hey, I have real concerns about the economy. I have concerns about immigration. I have concerns about this, that, or the other thing. They blame the Biden Harris administration. How do Democrats answer on policy?
Yeah, so they have to, well, first of all, they have to show that they have always been stronger on policy than Donald Trump has. And the way that they do that is bring up the bills. What about the border bill? Why wasn't that passed? Democrats put forward that bill. Donald Trump said that he didn't want it because it wasn't going to make him look good. So who is that really for? Is it for him or is it for the people? So if they have concern about immigration, that is something that they should be bringing up. And I absolutely agree that Donald Trump uses immigrants as a really like a fear tactic for people of, these people are coming in and stealing our jobs and, and all of these things when it's just not true, and so I think really bringing up the border bill is really important. Same thing with the economy. I think it's really important for people to understand that Donald Trump wants to raise tariffs, which could literally end up making things so much more expensive than they even are now. And also, it's very difficult to blame somebody like Joe Biden when we had global inflation. And so I think really explaining that to people goes a long way because, so for so long, the American people have been talked down to and, are seen as stupid. And I think that, the American people deserve to know the truth. And that is the truth.
I don't think I can say it enough times of how historic and unprecedented the past few weeks and this election and this point in history really is. But do you think, because historically vice presidential picks don't matter, they only hurt, they don't really help, do you think it's different this time around because of the historic nature of this election and Vice President Kamala Harris's short candidacy?
Definitely, but also because of how stark the differences are on each side. I mean, the fact that Trump picked somebody so polarizing like JD Vance with such a questionable track record. I mean, all of the things, I don't know who gave him that advice. I think it was awful advice, honestly. And honestly, I would not be surprised, I'll say here right now, I would not be surprised if he switches that VP pick in the next couple months here. Or even the next couple weeks, because I think that what he's seeing is that JD Vance is not helping him to accelerate. And I think that that's going to be an issue for him. But I do think that just given how polarizing how polarizing he is, as opposed to somebody like Tim Walz, who is so warm, who is so Midwestern dad, who is so familiar, I think is really why we see so much attention on the VP picks, which is great because I think that that just brings more people into the fold and really has them following what's happening in the election.
Zee Cohen-Sanchez, I appreciate our conversations per usual. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you can come back soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brittany.